Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. So in this video, I'm going to be covering how our AI Autopilot funnel or system helps you book 10 to 30 calls every month with zero time and effort input, fully on autopilot while building out your brand. This is something completely unique we've seen amazing results with. So I'm just going to be breaking down the whole thing, which has allowed us and our clients to get insane results with pretty much zero time and effort and building a massively sophisticated visual brand. But before that, I just want to go over this. So here's the current situation in the market and why this actually matters. Basically, ad costs are rising. People are flooding social media platforms with content left, right, and center. Any prospect that you want to work with already has thousands of inbound DMs from people just like you wanting to work with them. You might be the best at what you do, but if people don't know about it, then you won't make any money. The only solution is to separate yourself from the noise. You need to do something different that makes you stand out. Build a brand that becomes an asset and place a system that converts the attention you get into leads and money in the bank. This is exactly what the likes of Serge Guattari, Charlie Morgan, Ravi Abouwala, or any of the other people you look up to have. We like to call this an ACE or an attention conversion ecosystem, and it is precisely the only difference between you and these guys. We can say this because we have worked with some of them firsthand by using the system, leveraging AI technology to get them results like never before. I'll make this straight to the point. I'll get you 10 to 30 booked calls using our Inflow AI Autopilot funnel and system with zero time and effort input from your side while building your brand, or you don't pay. This is kind of what the value equation looks like with this. You get results times N, which could be anything, which is keep on increasing. That and divided by time plus effort times zero. And anything divided by zero is infinite, which is essentially the thesis of how you scale. The less time and effort input, the more results is the more you can scale. It's pretty obvious. And you can apply and work with it. So I'll link this document below as well. But in case you don't believe me, here's how we help Justin Alon make 10K in 3 weeks using our AI Autopilot funnel. Now, again, all of these weren't directly attributed to the content that we started. We just started working with him 3 weeks when I actually made this document 3 weeks into this. But it was initiated and triggered from the growth that we had gotten him and moving people from the attention that we got him onto the other long form pieces of content as well. But he got these results within 3 weeks after implementing our AI Autopilot funnel with zero time and effort from his side. And we're going to 5x that in 2 months because we're going to run ads and things like that. So we started working with Justin Laurent. Here he is. Here he is with Iman. So he's a coach on educate.io from in the ad side of things, and he's obviously a very big industry expert in that. So we started working with him with the goal of getting new members into his ad engine program, which is this. After working with us within just 3 weeks, he collected about 10K new members for his program. During this process, he also booked 100 plus calls, added 2.5K plus emails in his lead list, added 30K in his pipeline value, and got 500. Actually, this is a lot more. It's more than 1.5 million plus views right now at the time of recording this. Whereas he was averaging 700 to 800 per post before this. This is just an example of this. This one actually has about 1 million right now and a lot more after that. While building out his brand like never before, and you can see here as well. He sent us this message: YouTube has never done as good as it has done in the last 7 days. Browse features plus SEO search is up by a lot. And external traffic is also up by a lot. So it's the whole ecosystem. This is just us plugging in part one of it because this was in the first 3 weeks. There is a lot more to this as well. For all of this, he spent zero time input, zero effort input, and $0 on ads. This is again a message he sent us in Slack in just 3 weeks. And only now, after validating everything, we're starting ads up with him, which will just make this explode. We're going to actually start ads a bit later now because this already is working well enough. And so let's build up this funnel. We're also working with Serge Guattari using this exact system. He actually made a whole long-form video about this on his YouTube channel as well. Through just one organic video, he collected 130 plus leads for a 12K offer. We also made 6 ad creators for him using the exact system. We don't have exact information on the specific ROI of that, but he spends about 40K per month on ads is in the rough range. So you can probably estimate the value / ROI he's getting on this. Again, for all of this, he spent zero time and input and zero effort input. But that is not even the main point. He saw the insane value in the system so much so that we're now partnering up or actually working with him to implement the exact system for clients in his program. Consider this. Serge makes about 600K a month, about 7 to 8 million a year. He probably has the most data and insights in this space since that is what is the whole offer and company is based around. If he sees the value in this enough to work with us to implement the exact system for his clients who pay anywhere from 12 to 25K, then I don't really have to add much more to that. So now moving on to about this whole process, how it actually works. This is an example. This is a graph of a leveraged content system and a non-leveraged content / inbound acquisition system, because we're focusing a lot more on ad creatives and those as well, because we're getting a lot of higher level clients who actually need ad creatives and have a budget to spend, and they're getting results that they've never seen with ad creatives that we put in a really great flow of inbound leads who are actually qualified. So before moving on to how the exact process works and how you can implement it step by step, I will cover the thesis and general concept behind all of this. To scale a business or an offer, there are essentially three methods: paid ads, content, outreach. For our purpose, we'll focus on inbound acquisition through content and ads and building out a proper sales funnel. To make this an actual business vehicle, we need two things: leverage plus system. Understanding leverage, you probably already know, where least input can get the maximum amount of output through a mechanism that we place. Leverage is the gap between input and output. It is the ability to get the maximum amount of output of the minimum amount of input. But the issue is, most people get it, but they don't really apply it to content, ads, or building out a funnel, which is where they can actually get the most leverage if done well. Hiring VAs is good. It may give you some leverage and get rid of your day-to-day tasks, but that is about it. You cannot scale with just a VA handling some admin tasks. You need acquisition leverage to scale. So this is what acquisition leverage looks like. The mechanism that gives you that leverage is this system, which I'll show you how later, but you can essentially take this thesis and apply it anywhere, irrespective if you want this system or any other system, but this is the foundational thesis behind it. Generating attention through content and ads is crucial. However, many business owners don't systemize this process. They need a consistent system for generating and converting attention. Without a system, they're putting in effort but getting equal or diminishing returns, which is not aligned with how a business owner should think. Systemizing the process. This is how it should look like, right? You have the leveraged vehicles added here, and then it just becomes a feedback loop. Generating attention through content and ads is crucial. However, as I already mentioned, they don't have a system to do this. You need to see content, ads, and a funnel as a tool to get more clients and revenue. The problem is that many people start creating content randomly without a plan or system to convert that attention into leads and sales. Even if they have a funnel, the leverage might be low, yielding a small return on investment. With our system, you can achieve much higher results, or with any sort of leverage system. Actually, I don't mean to just push our system, but this is just an example of that with which we've seen amazing results. So instead of a 1-to-1 or a 1:3 return, you could get a 1:50, 1:100, or even a 1:1,000 return. Most people think of leverage in terms of money or time. You need a system that leverages both time and money, multiplying your output while minimizing your input. How this system works now, how we actually use this, how we use the concept of leverage within our system. So we have custom animation short form content, we have text on screen on the back end as a CTA, we have DM automation funnel sequences on the back end, and leading to a lead magnet that we place. We also convert this into an ad system, and all of this just basically as leverage. So this system, which we call the Inflow Autopilot AI Autopilot system, is designed to streamline and automate the entire process of content creation, distribution, and lead conversion, providing maximum leverage with minimal effort while also building out a sick brand. Now we're getting more and more into ads as well, because that's adding even more leverage. So once we have a proven concept, or if you have a proven budget with a proven offer, then it makes sense to go straight away into ads as well, because that's even more leverage, right? You can put in a certain amount of dollars to reach guaranteed a certain amount of people, right? So here's a detailed breakdown of each step. First, we start off with a deep research phase, understanding the creator and our audience. We conduct thorough research on the creator, their ideal customer profile, or client persona, whatever you want to call it, and the target audience. This involves understanding the creator's unique value proposition, the audience's pain points and desires, and the best angles to address these aspects. We then identify key pain points and angles. This research is crucial as it informs the entire content strategy. We identify the specific pain points that need to be addressed and the angles that will resonate most with the target audience. So this is how it looks like. This is just an example of our ICP doc. We have the offer brief, ICP analysis, current situation, desired situation, transformation beliefs. It's very detailed, as you can see. We have the offer market fit, the positioning. This is all of what we do in our in-depth research process with our clients. Then we come on to scripting. So writing, based on our research, we craft scripts that speak directly to the audience's needs and pain points. Our aim is to either generate attention through scripts or to nurture and educate. Each script has a different purpose. Screenplay, based on the script, we develop the screenplay and the visual elements that will come in handy for this process, which you will know why in the next step. A bit of typos in this, but this is an example of a screenplay. As you can see, it's extremely detailed. We have elements for each step of the process. We make a custom storyboard as well for different elements, because these are very visual intensive, visual heavy pieces of content, creatives. That's why they do well, and that's why they actually capture attention. That's why they make the creator or the person who's promoting these be seen as an authority, be seen as a sort of person who you would look up to, who has higher production quality. As well, examples are Dan Ko, Ravi Abowala, Matt Gray, people like that. That's why it actually works. And because social media platforms are visual-first platforms, that is the quickest way to transfer knowledge, transfer information, and educate your audience about something is through visuals. It's not through voice or text. That's just how humans work. That's just how we're wired. But this is an example of our scripting and screenplay process. Then we create attention-generating assets. This is part one of the magic sauce. We have high-quality animations. We start by creating these high-quality animation motion graphic videos after making custom branding guide for all of our clients. This is an example of our visual guide. We make a whole loom, we develop references, and we create this whole visual guide. These are the kinds of videos you would have seen with Dan Ko, Matt Gray, now even Ravi Abowala and Serge Guattari do, as I already talked about. There is a reason why all of these people are getting onto this and a reason why they work. It is because they are visual on a visual first platform, and visuals are the fastest way to transfer information. That's just an example of how the brain works, how visuals transfer information first. These videos are visually compelling and immediately capture the viewer's attention. Our team of trained motion graphics artists ensure that these animations are not only engaging, but also aligned with your brand's message. For this, we understand how humans work. We're visual first, so I just go over this. This is why pretty much TikTok dances are a perfect example of that, why they go viral without any valuable information. The only goal that they're hitting is entertainment and through a visual format. We have this Venn diagram in which visuals plus value is what leads to this. So visuals makes audience understand the perceived value to tell them that they're in safe hands, and the value fulfills on that promise and actually provides that value to build trust. People actually want to stop scrolling and watch something to gain value from it. They just want to know that they are in safe hands in the quickest way possible, and then to actually get the value to build the trust with you. That is how essentially everybody works. Why are you scrolling social media? Why are you going on YouTube? You actually want to see, especially if you run a business or if you're within the business niche, you want to actually see something that can help you grow. That is the next big thing. That is, the thing that works. But with so much supply of content, you can be very selective with where you actually demand viewing that or giving your attention, because attention is the kind of currency that is being used here. So all you need to do is tell the viewers that they're in safe hands for them to watch the next 20, 30, 50 seconds, 100 seconds, whatever of the video, and then to fulfill on that promise. That is the kind of formula that works. What we do after that is we use voiceovers. We add voiceovers using 11 Labs. We actually add the voiceover on the back end of these animations so that the actual creator is talking in these. This is what we've done with Justin and Serge. These types of videos get crazy engagement. So we have all of these voiceovers scripted out or mapped out. We clone the voice and it's pretty much identical. So these are clone voices of people we've worked with or just used otherwise. We do this using a tool called 11 Labs. We basically get some voice transcripts from the creator through long form videos. Then we clean up the audio, put it in Adobe Podcast. We feed our scripts into the tool. We found a few perfect settings that usually work, and honestly, with that system, everything is automated and interconnected. So we have some automated systems to get voiceovers on the fly, things like that. Then is a content strategy. So a mix of short form and educational content. We create a mix of short form visual content, 8 to 12 seconds to grab attention, and then longer voiceover content aimed at nurturing, educating the audience, getting more sophisticated audience. There we have attention grabbing visuals and we have educational voiceover. So this again would specifically depend on the client and their sort of approach to things, where they're at. If they already have a proven offer, then we focus more on educational stuff. Then we can straight away focus on running ads because these creators really pop off amazingly well. But yeah, we just decide the exact ratio of these based on our extensive onboarding process and how we talk with the client where they're at, and we make a custom roadmap game plan for them to actually get these leverage results. Then we move on to the funnel development. This is where the second part of the source or actual leverage is. Basically, we found what was working on the attention generation side, which is these animations. We perfected it by training our motion graphic artists. We added personalized leverage to this using the automated voiceovers. Now is where we actually combine this with the best method to convert and build trust with the audience. Here is how we do it. We identifying key pain points. We identify 3 or 4 key pain points or areas of interest for the audience. Creating lead magnets. For each pain point, we create valuable lead magnets. For example, if the offer is to help real estate agents generate leads, a lead magnet might be a step-by-step guide on running Facebook ads for real estate agents. Some of the clients already have these, so in some cases we tweak the existing lead magnets they have, or just help them create new ones, or use the ones that they already have if they're good enough. And we have the short form content with the CTAs. We distribute the animated short form content that addresses these specific problems and includes a call to action prompting viewers to comment a keyword to receive the lead magnet. This is the organic side of things. So obviously if we do ads, we do the same thing, same thesis, but in a much more leveraged setting and environment as well. So these get massive traction and engagement, as you would have seen 9,000 comments. And then on the back end of that whole content that is generating attention, we have automated conversation mechanism with ManyChat. So we use a tool called ManyChat. There you can see one of our sequences, which is pretty massive. Our sequences are massive, but they're also backed by data, tried and tested, and collect hundreds of emails every day. This is the actual sales system. We essentially have a 24/7 sales rep working, backed by data, converting attention to leads into calls. We have automated responses. When a viewer comments with the keyword, ManyChat automates the response, asking if they want the lead magnet, collecting emails and delivering value. If they say yes, we collect their email and immediately deliver the lead magnet, ensuring we provide the promised value first. Qualification questions. We then ask additional qualification questions to gauge their interest in the main offer and determine if they're a good fit. Now, we're also working on an AI appointment setter on the back end of it. So essentially, it can do the job of an appointment setter and then have a very custom solution to it. But if our clients also have an appointment setter already on their team, then we can integrate them. So essentially, what we do is we just send them the lead magnet, and then the appointment setter takes over and kind of converts them. So it really depends on how well that whole aspect of it is trained, but this does 70 to 80% of the job depending on where the client is at. Follow-up sequences. So you know what every sales coach teaches you first. The money is in the follow-ups, and we do not like to lose out on money. So we have a follow-up system that prints. Automated follow-ups. Automated follow-ups ensure that prospects review the lead magnet and receive further value. These sequences are designed to keep the prospect engaged and informed. Discussing needs and solutions. The follow-ups ask about their needs, discuss our solution, and provide more information about how we can help them and figure out if we are actually a good fit for them or no. Building trust and leverage. By the time a human intervenes, prospects are well qualified and have built trust through continuous engagement. The AI and logic built into the ManyChat ensure efficient and personalized interactions. Scaling with ads. This is the fun part where we actually really skyrocket and scale up. Some people just get straight away to this. They skip everything else because they already have the money to invest. So if you do, then we can straight away get you insane results. But think about it. What do we actually need in a funnel? A way to generate attention, a way to capture interest from the attention, a way to qualify and convert that attention. When running ads, we're normally paying Meta or Facebook to take responsibility for all three of those things. That is when we select conversion events to book a call, collect leads, or conversions, right? But with this system, we have already figured out a proven system that brings in attention, builds trust and interest, and then converts it. So we basically do not need to pay and waste ad dollars for the whole process and ad funnel and give Meta the responsibility to do all of this, since we already have that in place. We're just using ads to gain control and leverage and scaling what we already know works. Since we own all of these touch points, a way to generate attention, we have the animated AI content that's proven to work by the time we run ads. A way to capture interest from the attention is through the comments/DM opt-ins, and a way to qualify and convert that attention is the sequences plus lead magnets. Which is better? What is even better is, unlike other funnels, the barrier to entry/resistance is the least for each touch point. And the beauty is that this is not a subtractive funnel. I don't even know if that's a word, but it is actually basically it is additive, which means that this can go on top of any funnel that you already have. You just need to set up the sequence to collect data. Basically, if you already have a funnel which has a landing page or something like that, then this would work on top of it. So you're essentially just adding another source of touch point with the lead, another source of information collection, and another source of attention generation, which is 10 times more leverage and gets better results as well. Again, this is not to say that this is the only way or the only system that this allows this to work. There are tens of other funnels which work and have collected millions, but the beauty of this is that this is additive. So this just goes on top of it and builds a sort of ecosystem that makes the other forms or the other funnels benefit equally, or if not more as well. Why this system works? The real magic lies on the internal side. There is basically zero time plus effort or human intervention up and until the lead is already hyper qualified with lots of trust built up. So starting from the actual creation of content, that too in your voice, the visuals of that content, the lead generation through that content, the trust building part, the lead filtering process is all done on autopilot through the attention generated by a piece of content that you had spent absolutely zero time and effort on, while also making sure that the efficiency and barrier to entry externally from the prospect side is the best it can be as well. So an increase in results with zero time plus in effort input is equal to infinite returns. If you break down any funnel into its core components, you'll see that each step or touch point has a specific goal. And your goal is to reduce the resistance or barrier to entry for each of those touch points while increasing the convenience and number of touch points you will have with your leads. Here is a breakdown of each touch point in the funnel and how it works with this system. So we have attention generation. The goal is to capture attention, communicate value. Why it works? We use high quality animation videos to generate attention. This format works exceptionally well on visual first platforms like social media. Humans are inherently visual creatures, and visual content is the quickest way to transfer value. So creators like Danko, Ravi Abuwala, Surge Guitar use these animations because they condense complex information into easily digestible and engaging visuals. This approach ensures that business owners can effectively communicate the value proposition and get the attention they need. Even guys like Charlie Morgan and Sam Owens do it with long form, same thesis. So they have the whiteboard videos, same thesis, but in a long form format. Lead generation and conversion. How useful lead is based on three things: how easily we can contact them, how many ways we can contact them through, and how much information we have about them to filter them. The goal is to generate leads and convert them into sales. Why it works? We use ManyChat automation sequences for lead generation and conversion. This method leverages the path of least resistance. Instead of directing users to multiple steps off platform, we keep everything on platform with simple actions like commenting a keyword or sending a DM. This reduces friction and increases conversion rate. Now, the con with that, some people might think, is that you're just depending on the platform, but we're also collecting emails. We're also taking that information off platform, but also keeping the conversation on platform. So we have the advantage of having less barrier to entry in terms of conversation and still collecting information off platform to communicate with them without depending on an external platform. Example, keeping the process on platform ensures users engage more readily. This is why you see the biggest creators do the comment CTAs. We combine these things into one sustainable funnel. Adding leverage. So firstly, we have attention generation leverage. Zero time investment. The content creation process is fully automated with AI, meaning you spend no time creating content. This includes script writing, animation production, and voiceovers, all done without your output. Brand building. High quality, consistent visuals build your brand identity, making it a valuable asset. Now again, these videos are very sophisticated. They scream high production value, high production quality, and then attract obviously similar people for those, especially for the sophisticated voiceovers. Then is conversion leverage, right? So automated sequences, we already talked about this. And then the efficiency. The automated system qualifies leads and nurtures them, ensuring you only engage with highly qualified prospects. Then we have scaling with ads. Optimize ads, we analyze what works organically and then scale those elements with paid ads. This ensures you get controlled attention and maximizes ROI. Controlled attention, by paying for engagement-based conversion events, we keep costs low and effectiveness high. The system already proves its worth organically, so scaling with ads just amplifies proven results. Feedback loop. The system creates a highly leveraged feedback loop. Successful organic content is boosted with ads, bringing more qualified leads into your ecosystem and driving further growth. So lastly is multiple conversion touchpoints through the lead magnets, through the ManyChat sequences, through an external funnel, through the ads opt-in, through retargeting ads, and through retargeting sequences. We have so many different conversion touchpoints, which all of them have least barrier to entry, are additive with each other, which means that one helps the others. There's nothing that replaces or substitutes the other. It's everything that kind of works in fruition with each other to kind of build a sustaining ecosystem, a self-sustaining funnel. And that is why it works so well as well. The next steps, you basically have access to the whole system. You can honestly implement everything. Reach out to me if you have any doubts and execute on this, and you will get results, which is what I would suggest for a lot of people. Maybe they don't want animation content. Maybe they want some other form of content, although I would suggest trying that out because it's done really well, especially for ad creatives as well. But yeah, if you have this whole sort of thinking process, this leverage thinking process, this process of getting the most output from the least input and building a content or an inbound acquisition system as an actual business operation or a business system, if you think from that perspective and try to add leverage at each touch point, reducing barriers to entry externally for the prospects at each touch point, then you will get results. However, if you already have an existing business, have a decent budget to invest, and want to instantly use a system which we have developed over months so that you do not waste any time trying to fit all of the pieces of the puzzle, trying to get an actual ROI on this, because if you do fit the criteria we work with, then your time is way more valuable than the investment, and your main priority is an ROI. In that case, you can leverage this, a proven data-backed system developed over months that helps you grow your brand as an asset, get leads, calls, and sales, grow your list, build an asset that serves you forever, which is your brand, fully on autopilot with zero time and effort from your side. So you can be doing other needle-moving tasks, drinking coffee, sleeping, doing whatever you want, and assets that you have nothing to do with in your own voice are generating attention for you, scaling your brand, and bringing in booked calls for your business. If that sounds like something that would help you and that would allow you to scale your business, then you can apply to work with us over here. I'm going to link this document below. I'm going to link the whole call booking link, which you can book in below as well by going to the calendar. And then I will see you on the call and figure out a custom game plan and roadmap to help you scale your business on autopilot with this whole funnel, with this whole system, and work with you for months to bring in massive amounts of inbound leads and build a whole ecosystem and an asset that serves you for pretty much lifetime.